Okay, so today I'm gonna be showing you my top 10 favorite goldlies in Steel Town from others. Okay, so this list is not based off of value or how rare the sword is, it's only based off of how it looks, okay, and the death effects. So yeah, swords like the Cobalt sword is not gonna be on this list. I'm sorry, but the Cobalt sword is extremely ugly. And yeah, before we get into the list, I just want to say thanks so much for my friend here, Zay. Zay here is actually one of the richest people in Steel Town from others. And yeah, he let me borrow some of his swords for this video. So yeah, thanks to Zay so much for that. Alright, now let's get into the video. Okay, so at number 10 we have the Radiant Sword. Okay, so the Radiant Sword itself, it looks beautiful. Like, look at that, that's a beautiful sword. And yeah, let's see the death effect now. Let's go, look at that. Look at that. First it starts off as a tornado and then it turns into a beam. So yeah, it's pretty basic, but it's also like really good in my eyes, okay? It's a pretty beautiful sword overall, and yeah, that's why I placed it at number 10. And at number 9 we have the Gladiator Sword. Okay, so some people might disagree with me on this one, but bro, honestly, the Gladiator Sword is so beautiful. Look at that. Like, look at that. This is one of the most common swords in the game, but it's still like one of my favorites, not gonna lie. First off, the sword itself is so unique and beautiful, and now look at the effect, okay? Look at this effect. Look at that, look at that. That is a dope effect, I just love that. So yeah, even though this is a really easy goalie to get, it's still hella beautiful, and yeah, I would suggest getting this sword, it's hella dope. And yeah, that's why I placed it at number 9. At number 8, I have the Nocturnal Sword. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say the Nocturnal Sword is like one of the rarest sword in the game right now. I think it's like the 5th or 4th rarest. And yeah, okay, so basically the sword itself has to be like the best sword in the game. Like the sword model, look at that. Look at that, that is my style right there. So yeah, this has to be like one of the coolest swords in the game right now. And not only that, okay, so if you have the sword and you go in your inventory, look at how it looks. Yo, it has like a custom limited frame right here that makes it look even better. And yeah, basically that's what makes the sword good, okay? Because the effect isn't all that special. Let me show you guys the effect. There we go. Okay, so basically a bat comes and just take the person in the air. Okay, so a lot of people might like that effect, but in my opinion that effect sucks. But however, the sword itself and this little frame thingy here is pretty dope, so yeah, that's why I put it number 8. At number 7, I got the Void Sword. Okay, so what can I say about the Void Sword? Okay, so the sword itself looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of the Nocturnal Sword. Yeah, look at that, it's pretty dope, it's pretty slick and neat. Okay, so this sword is sort of like in the middle, okay? It's not that rare, it's not that common, it's sort of like in the middle. Okay, so what I really like about this sword though is the death effect. Okay, so look at this. Look at that, it turns into a portal and like drags the person's body around it, and I just think that looks pretty sick. Okay, so yeah, the death effect is what makes this sword pretty dope. So yeah, I'm pretty much in love with that death effect, okay? It's pretty cool. Alright, so yeah, that's why I put that sword at number 7. At number 6, I got the Prism Sword. Okay, so this is actually one of my favorite swords in the game. Okay, so it's like a rainbow sword and it's shaped pretty cool, not gonna lie. I think it's shaped sort of like the Nocturnal or Void Sword maybe. But yeah, it's basically like a cool rainbow sword, and it's one of the more common swords in the game, okay? Like, it's pretty easy to get this sword if you're a trader or if you just spend some time to get it. And yeah, overall this sword is dope, the sword itself is cool, and the death effect though, oh my god, I just love the death effect. Okay, so let me show you guys this. Look at that. Not gonna lie, that effect has to be one of the best in the game. I just love that. So yeah, that's why I put this sword at number 6. At number 5, I got the Diablo sword. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite sword in the game, and I'm pretty sure this is like Gracie's favorite sword. So yeah, this sword is actually pretty cool. I was in love with this ever since it came out. The sword itself is pretty basic in a way, but it's still hella cool, okay? Like, I just love that dark red theme, you know? That's pretty dope. And yeah, okay, so I think this sword is actually more on the rare side. It costs like a lot of time to get it, but it's not limited, so you can still get it pretty easily compared to like the limited swords. So yeah, if you save up a lot of time, or if you're a good trader, you can probably get this sword fairly easy. And yeah, now let me show you guys the effect. I love the effect, okay? Look at this, bam. Look at that. That is dope. That has to be one of the best effects in the game. I love this sword, and it also makes for some good outfits, not gonna lie. Alright, so yeah, that's why I have this sword at number 5. At number 4, I have the Sinister sword. Okay, so first off, look at this sword. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on with this sword, okay? So there's these dark flames that comes out the sword. The sword itself is shaped like pretty cool. They got these pumpkins on the handle here. There's these little pumpkins that is coming off the sword. It's a lot of stuff going on with this sword, okay? And when you move around, there's this little beam here. Oh my god, this sword is just sick. So yeah, the sword itself has to be one of the best in the game. Look at that, pretty cool. And it is currently the 3rd most valuable and rarest sword in the game. So yeah, only a few people have this, and you're pretty lucky if you actually get your hands on this sword, okay? Alright, now let me show you guys the effects. Okay, there we go. Here we go, bam. Look at that, bam, bam, bam. And there's a huge beam after that, yeah. So yeah, that effect is sick. The sword itself is also sick, and yeah, barely anyone has this sword. And the sword frame for this sword, look at that. In my opinion, this limited frame here is the best limited frame in the game. Look at that, it's gold and it just looks sick, okay? So yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's why I have the Sinister sword at number 4. At number 3, I got the Easter blade. Okay, so another one of my favorite swords, okay? So what can I say about this sword? Okay, so first of all, the color scheme, I love it. It's hella like aesthetic. And yeah, it's also one of the newer swords in the game. And okay, so let me take a look at the sword. Okay, so first of all, the shape of the sword, dope. The effects, dope. And there's this little laser thingy I like here when you move around, also dope. And yeah, the Easter blade is also, I think, the 5th or the 6th rarest and valuable sword in the game. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Again, you'll have to be really lucky or really good at trading or just like rich in the game to get this sword. But if you do have this sword, you're hella lucky, okay? And this sword also has a really cool frame in the inventory. Like, look at this here. It has like a really cute frame in my opinion, okay? It's hella aesthetic in every way possible. So yeah, look at that. That's pretty dope with the color scheme there in the frame. Alright, and even though there's like all these cool things with this sword, here's the best part in my opinion. Okay, so here's the kill effect. Here we go. Bam, look at that. That is so cute. Like, that is just a beauty right there. That is beautiful. So yeah, everything about this sword is just perfect, okay? And yeah, that's why I have this sword, the Easter blade, at number 3. At number 2, I got the Tundra sword. Okay, so this sword is pretty cool, and this was like the first limited sword I think I saw in the game ever. And yeah, it was pretty dope the moment I saw it. Okay, so the sword itself is really cool. Look at that. It's like that nice frost effect, an icy effect there. The little particles that come off the sword, I don't really like it that much. Yeah, I don't know why, but I also like the little beam. I love those beams. And yeah, okay, so what else? Okay, so it has a really cool limited frame. I like that white and blue texture right there. It's pretty cool. Okay, so what actually makes this sword cool is, in my opinion, the death effect with this sword is the 2nd best in the game, okay? That's why I have it at number 2. Okay, so here we go. Look at this death effect. Okay, so bam, look at that. It starts off beautiful and then bam, it's get even better. So yeah, the sword itself, it looks cool. I just don't like these particles that much, but the death effect makes up for it, okay? And also this cool frame here is also pretty dope. So yeah, overall, this sword is amazing, and it's also the 4th rarest and most valuable sword in the game. So yeah, that's why I have the Tundra sword at number 2. At number 1, I got the pink Cobalt. Okay, so I'm pretty sure all of you saw this coming. Come on. I think this is where everyone agrees pink Cobalt is the best sword in the game, okay? I think everyone knows this. This is common knowledge here. Okay, so where do I even start with this sword? Okay, so here we go. The sword model itself is one of a kind. That is beautiful right there. And well, the particles aren't that special, okay? Let's just ignore the particles. But yeah, the sword itself, you already know it's dope, okay? Look at that. Pretty cool. And now let's go to the inventory here. The frame here, it isn't too special, but you know, it's still a limited frame, so that's pretty cool. And as you can see here, there's only 35 people that owns this sword, so yeah. Basically, the pink Cobalt is the most rarest and valuable sword in the game. game, and I'm pretty sure only like a very few select people have this sword. So basically, even seeing this sword in the game ever is gonna be pretty rare for you, and much less even owning this sword. Like, that is literally near impossible, okay? Like, barely anyone can get this sword. Okay, so now you're about to see why this sword is considered the best sword in the game, okay? So now let's check out the dead effect. Look at this right here, the pink cobalt effect. There we go. That is the sickest and most beautiful effect in the game, hands down. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this sword will remain #1 for like a really long time, and yeah, that's why I have it at #1. Alright, so anyways, if you guys agreed or disagreed with my list, comment down below, and yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, peace.